This is January by William Carlos Williams. Williams Carlos Williams was born in 1883 in Rutherford, New Jersey. He was born to his father and mother, who had various descents, but his mother was primarily Portuguese. His father introduced him to reading Shakespeare, which he regarded as his favorite writer, and as well as Dante's Inferno and the Bible. And on the right hand side, you see a picture of William. He wrote his first poem in high school, and before that, he never really had any strong passion toward any field. And then he said in a quote later that he felt, once he finished his first poem, a sincere feeling of ecstasy that he never felt anywhere else. His parents had him move to Pennsylvania so he could go to Penn State University and get his MD, and they were really hoping that he would use that degree to get large amount of financial success and to live a good life. However, when he was there, he began reading a lot of John Keats and Walt Whitman, who greatly inspired his works. And when he was there, he wrote his first poem book named Poems, and it was in 1909. While he was there, he met a woman named Ezra Pound, and that's when his art style really began to change from a very contemporary classic to a style called Imagist. When he, after he graduated, he wrote his second book named The Tempers in 1913, and it followed the very Imagist style where it no longer wanted to follow set line progression and where this has to rhyme or you have to follow this stanza formula. Instead, it lets you be more free with your imagery. And he continued to take this style until he started seeing all the people around him following very European styles, and he just didn't want to have a European style. He wanted to create his own American style. And he really started to break away in around the 1920s and 30s, and he followed up with this style for the rest of his life, which when he died in 1963. However, the year before, he received a Pulitzer Prize for his book named The Pictures of Bruegel and Other Poems in 1962. The poem that this is going to be regarding is a poem named January, and it goes like this. Again I reply to the triple winds running, chromatic fifths of derision outside my window. Play louder. You will not succeed. I am more bound to my sentences the more you batter at me to follow you. And the wind, as before, fingered perfectly the derisive music. Now what this poem is really saying is that he is asking the reader to think of a time when you're really trying to focus on something. No matter what it is in life, you'll go through situations where you need to do something. You need to do it now, whether it be a presentation or writing a paper or just getting work done. And yet, in life, there will always be something that tries to break your focus, like in January winds, just howling against your window, saying, hey, pay attention to me. This should get in your way. And so he's saying that you need to get over it. And you need to put your mind down and get back to the paperwork, even though the winds will still be blowing all around you. I thought that this poem flowed perfectly in a nice loop, and you could actually read it over and over through itself, and you'd see that it actually flows very well. And the loop goes that a man hears the winds that are constantly causing problems. He says, "No, I won't listen to you." And so the winds play louder, and then they play again. And then it goes through the loop again. And this loop is as if to show that distractions and problems arise over and over again through your life, and no matter what you're trying to do. And it parallels very well into someone's daily life, as there will be problems that you will either have to learn how to ignore them or conquer them to progress through your life. That's January by William Carlos Williams.